Okay, I'm gonna go over feeding the girls while I'm drinking a beer also. I just got home from work, so I have to have a beer. So, anyways, so I start out feeding the girls first thing when I get home. This is their second feeding because I just got home at 5. So we are going to feed Katy her half can of the UD diet dog food, which I fed her half this morning, so she's gonna get the other half. So she'll get that. And mash it up. Then I've grabbed a little Caesar dinner for Abby and Lila, and I will open that up and split it down the middle, and then we'll give half to Lila and half to Abby. Mash it up, and that's basically it for that. They're real easy. Just what I got to do now is I'm going to feed Abby in my office, but I'm going to put Katy and Lila's food out on the patio. And of course, I told you I put Lila's in the crate, but I just close the door, I don't lock it, and I put Katy's outside. And then I close the door so that Abby is a slow eater, and that's something I want to go over with you more, but she's a little slow sometimes. And if she doesn't eat, you just have to pull it up, put a piece of foil over her bowl, and see how she does the next feeding. That's all you can do. I mean, you can't force her to eat. So she's the senior dog, probably 14 or 15 years old. So she's not really super hungry when I feed her. Never. Sometimes she is, but most times she'll look at her food and like, do I need to eat it or not? So she'll might take her 10 minutes before she starts eating her food. It's kind of frustrating. So, but that's it. I'm going to go ahead and drop their food out there, and that's about it for this video. Okay, you can see I've dropped Abby's food in my office, and she's not sure if she wants to eat. So, are you going to eat, Abby? Well, are you going to eat? I guess not. So what I do is I put her food right here and give her about 10-15 minutes. If she doesn't eat it, you just have to pull it back up and put a piece of foil on it, and make sure you put it where the dogs can. Katy's a counter surfer. The Dalmatian, she's a counter surfer. If it's in reach on the counter, she'll get it. So you got to keep it out of reach. Anything you do for putting on the counters. So just be warned. Katy is quite the talented dog. Okay, we're going to give Katy her meds. And Katy gets 2 of the levetiracetam tablets. And she'll get 2 of those. And then she'll get 1 phenobarbital. Phenobarbital is a small pill. And she gets 1 of those every 12 hours. Her first feeding and the third feeding is what you normally do. Okay, so I'm going to put the little phenobarbital in the small tablet size pill pouch. And then we're going to give that to Katy. We're going to do the other, the levetiracetam in the bigger capsule size pouches. And then we're going to give those to Katy. So hopefully, I've got them already. 2 big ones and 1 small one. And let's see if Katy will. All right, Katy. Let's see if we get you to. All right, let's do this. You ready? Let's do this. There you go. There's 1. There's the phenobarbital. All right. Okay, Abby did not eat her second feeding about 5 o'clock, so I wrapped it up in foil. But I'm going to give this to Lila. And then I went and got, when she doesn't eat, I normally just get her a cheeseburger, just a single patty cheeseburger from McDonald's, $1.79 altogether with tax. And I will take that and give the cheeseburger patty, not the buns, just the patty. I'll cut it up and give that to Abby for her third feeding. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this patty off the bun and try to get a little bit of the cheese off of it, but the cheese is not a problem. So got a little bit off of it. So that's the patty. I'm going to put it in a little paper plate and cut it up, and then I'm going to give that to Abby as her feeding. And that will happen along, and then I'm going to feed Katy her regular feeding, and then Lila's going to get what Abby didn't eat at the second feeding. So hopefully that makes sense. I will pause the video, and we'll do we'll do Abby's meds next. Okay, so this is the third feeding I'm doing. It's about 8 or 9 o'clock, somewhere in there is fine. Doesn't have to be exact. I've cut up the cheese, the little patty for McDonald's for Abby to eat. So I'm just going to give that in her bowl, and that's going to be a nice ground up patty for Abby. Okay, Abby's medication in the morning, she'll get one of these vitamin, and it's a chewable. You don't have to, you just have to drop it. I'm not going to give it to her now, but you'll give this to her, little chewable, in her first feeding, and you just drop it in. You don't have to cut it up or mush it up or anything. Just drop it in. She eats them, so that's one you don't have to worry about. Just drop it in her food. She just gets one a day. And then, of course, this is the little pill that we got to give her, Abby, one in the morning and one in the evening, every 12 hours supposedly, or whatever, good. So this pill is a little tiny yellow pill. It's for her heart murmur, and she's pretty good about opening her mouth up, drop it in the back of her mouth, and she'll swallow it. She's very good about that. It's a very sweet dog. I've never seen one vicious, any act of viciousness from her at all. She's a very sweet dog, so she has no, it's a little tiny little baby. So anyway, so I'm going to give this to her after she eats her patty. And then, of course, this was Abby's lunch, or second feeding. I'm going to give this to Lila, and then I'm going to give Katy half of a can of UD canned dog food. Alrighty, and just get half the can. And this third feeding, I kind of just mush it up. And are you ready, Lila? She's ready. Lila's ready. Alright, now I'm going to put the lid back on this can, and that will be for her breakfast in the morning for Katy. Okay, I'm going to pause the video. Alright, it's time to give the patty to Abby. Alright, Abby, you ready? Okay, let's go. Come on. I think you're ready. Let's go. Let's ready to eat. Let's see if you're going to eat this. Alright, there you go. And this is what I mean about Abby. She's very, takes her time eating her food. So hopefully she will start to nibble on it. She usually does, but maybe because I have the camera on her and she's kind of suspicious of what I'm doing. So I'm going to leave the room and just leave the bowl, and I'll come back in 5 minutes, and I'm sure it's going to be gone. Okay, so I left Abby alone, and she ate the patty. So she's a good dog, but very slow eating. So just be aware of that. Thank you. All right, so it's they've all been fed. This is the last feeding, was the one this evening, and I'm going to give Katy and give her a little treat. I'll give her maybe mini is just 2 animal crackers, no more than 2, for a treat. And so we're going to give Katy. Lila does not like the animal crackers. I'll give her one. She won't eat them. She won't eat them. She'll take them, but she won't eat them. So Katy will end up getting them. You know you don't like them, Lila. But anyways, so 2 Now, Abby does like the animal crackers, so I'll get a small one to Abby, or break one in half. Come here, Abby. No, Katy, that's Abby's. No, Katy. Get it, Abby. So, Abby will eat them, but she's a little nervous with me on watching her with the camera. But I'm gonna leave her alone. Well, there she goes. All right, she's gonna go eat it in privates, and Katy will get the crumbs. Get the crumbs, Katy. Go ahead. You can get the crumbs. You can get the crumbs, Katy. Come on, there's a treat. There you go. There you go. Now Lila's gotten treats all day, so I give her Lila one of these soft chews, Milk-Bone soft chews when I'm giving Katy her meds, because it's like a treat for Katy. She thinks Katy's getting a treat with her meds, so I'd give her one of these when I'm keep her occupied. That's the treat I give to Lila. And Abby likes these too, but I usually, if I give Abby one, I'll break it in half, because she hadn't had very much teeth left, so that's why we have to give her the soft, the dog food from Caesar's, because she can't eat, she has to eat soft food. And I think I mentioned this before, this Royal Canine is diet dog food, but I give this to Katy as a treat, so you can give her maybe a handful. In fact, I'll go ahead and give her a little. So, just reach and get a little handful like that. And let's see if Katy will eat them. You ready for them, Katy? And I'll just throw them on the floor. And she will eat them up like a treat. So that's another treat you can give Katy, either second feeding or third feeding, whatever. You can give her a little bit. That's it.